Good afternoon, students. In today's session, we are going to see the topic which is mostly important in the topic of an artificial intelligence, which what we called as an forward and backward chaining. In the previous session, we just go through about the how the first order logic statements will be derived from the given sentences and how the proposition logic statements are derived. And the next step level of the first order logic statement as well as the proposition logic statement as well as your predicate statements, the next level is called as a chaining which is needed. So what is the main objective of doing a forward and backward chaining actually? So from the term itself, we can able to understand that there is a relationship should be maintained between one set of statement to another set of statement. Okay, so that's what I can able to understand from the name known as a chaining. So the chaining to be derived from the facts, or the chaining to be derived from the observation, or the chaining should be derived from the reasoning. Okay, so this chaining can able to done in the two level of works. One is you can done it in the forward level, or you can done it in the backward level. As we know that we have studied about different kinds of searching technology like informed search as well as an uninformed search by taking different kinds of method of searchings. Okay, so in case here the chaining process will also need an help of a searching method. Once if you are going to conclude on any kind of a facts, or you want to conclude on any kind of an evidence, we need the people which what we called as a forward as well as a backward chaining. So in today's session, we will see how the forward and backward chaining will be mostly useful, and how the first order logic statements to be converted, and how the conversion of the first order logic statement can be applied to the forward as well as the backward chaining. So we will see all this kind of activities in this particular presentation. So in introduction part, let me talk about what is forward chaining. Okay, and what are all the activities that we can able to done in the forward chaining, and what kind of an observations or what kind of rules and regulations which related to the syntax and semantics which can able to obtained in the forward chaining. So we will see all this kind of basic things in the introduction part. So the first point says forward chaining is called as a data driven inferences techniques. So what is an data driven? That is, we are going to have some kind of facts with our hand. Using the data, we are going to derive the techniques. That is an inferences. So what is the general meaning for the inferences related to an artificial intelligence? So inferences represent about it. You are going to come for some conclusions. That is conclusion drawn using an observation and as well as a reasoning. Or you can also take some kind of definition like you can able to reach the conclusion based on evidence and reasonings. Okay, so this inferences represent about what kind of observation you done on the given facts that you are going to derive using some kind of data. And the second point mentioned about that forward chaining is also known as a down approach, which means that you have some kind of facts. From the facts, you are going to come to the conclusion about the goal, what actually we want to derive. Okay, so using the multiple facts, I'm going to conclude one particular conclusion, whether this particular reasoning or this particular evidence is been really happen, or whether it is been happen or not. So this kind of confirmations I can able to come to conclusion by using a down approach. And the third one, what I just told about before going to the third points, already I told at the initial stage, there isn't some kind of a searching methodology is needed once if you want to do the forward as well as the backward chaining. So the third point given a clear idea about that, that forward chaining uses the breadth first search strategy, the planning method, in what way we are going to do that. So we know about how the breadth first search will be done by taking about a node and followed by the parallel the breadth of the particular node we will carry out in the level 2 or level 1, and the complete nodes we will derive, and followed by the we will go to the next level of nodes we will derive. So this kind of things and all we will see it already in the breadth first search strategy. Okay, and what is the main planning, or what is the main objective, or what is the main task of the forward chaining? That is the most important. Number one is planning, number two is diagnosis, and number three is classifications. So when I told about the diagnosis as well as the classification, diagnosis, once the term diagnosis comes over it, it's meaning that this particular forward and backward chaining is one of the application which is used in the medical. Okay, so when you go for medical diagnosizations to know about any kind of an probability of a disease, whether the human will be occur or not, is recently we have the pandemic situation of the COVID-19, where all the peoples are being suffered using the COVID-19. So there, the system, the artificial intelligence system is working at the background to know about the diagnosing system. There also the forward and backward chaining is available. So now whatever the pandemic situation that we are presently available with the COVID-19, the analyzation of the disease is also having an opportunity to done using the forward as well as the backward chaining at the name of artificial intelligence. So classifications. So already we just see some different kinds of demos in the STEM programs, how the classifications to be done depends upon the objects that may be fruits, that may be a human or a men or woman, or that may be any kind of a classifications that we can able to done on the animals. So all these things and all we will coming under the background of the forward chaining actually. Okay, so thing is you have some kind of facts with your hands that tells about this will be happen, this is happen, or this is the different kinds of facts that you are having in your hand. So using these facts you are going to come to the conclusion definitely this has happened because of these facts. Okay, so what is the facts here? They represent facts represent about the statements of evidence which what you are going to conclude it as a final goal, that what we are going to given as a chaining process. Okay, and you can see the further points which they given over here. Inference agents apply the logical rules to the knowledge base to deduce the new information. So here the logical rules to the knowledge base. Already when I told about the knowledge, I already told when the base of knowledge is comes over it, it means that there is a learning is definitely available at the background of knowledge. And there is some kind of a logical rules to be applied. That's what we already see it in the proposition logic as well as the predicate logic of and first order logic, which we mentioned about in what way we can able to have a logical connectivity between one statement to another statement, and how we can able to make this connectivity to be done. So all these things to be coming under the part of an inferences. If you want to have an inferences to know again what is the engine represent about the functionalities here. So inferences represent about in what way the conclusion can be drawn using the observation or the reasoning, or in what way the conclusion will be reached based on the evidence and the reasonings. Okay, so all these things to be coming under some kind of application which is done by the part known as an expert system. So expert system is one of the application which where the forward and backward chaining will be available as a background work for the expert system to analyze an any kind of a diagnosis regarding the medical issues, whatever I just told, any kind of a disease diagnosation that you can done using the expert systems. So all these kinds of facts of solutions to the problem can able to done in the name of the forward chaining. So there are some kind of properties of the forward chaining that you should know very clearly. The basic property, which is known as an it is a down approach, and it is moved from the bottom to the top. That's a general things to be carried out. It is a process of making a conclusion based on the known facts or the data. That's why it told very clearly about that. You have known some kind of facts. That facts you want to conclude that fact. That is very important. See, for example, if it is a propositional logic statement, we can conclude the facts very clearly that whether it is a true or false. In some situation we can get an predicate logic statement, that something the statements what we discussed like everyone likes someone. So that particular moment of time I have a dilemma that who is that everyone and who is this someone. That particular moment of time I cannot able to conclude the fact very clearly. So that fact of conclusion will be done with the name of that fact of conclusion will be needed some kind of an additional informations to be added. So that kind of things to be coming under the name known as facts or the data. So it starts from the initial state and uses a fact to make a conclusion. See, that is the specific initial state. What is the initial state? Which represent I am having some kind of a basic facts. And when I've been going through like a breadth first search, I've been going down by down to an one level to a next level. I'm getting some additional facts. So this additional facts is giving some kind of an supportive for the given information, which make me to travel towards a conclusion. So we have initially there is a set of facts with the basic level, followed by there are some level of facts has been added. Okay, and finally we are going to come to the conclusion. That conclusion says about depends upon the multiple facts you are adding, whether it has been happen or that is not happen. Then we can come to the conclusion definitely this has happened because of these are all the facts available, and this facts is having an different kinds of logical connectivity which what we know specifically like a conjunction or a disjunction. So using this all kind of activities we can come to the conclusion definitely the event is being happen, or diagnostic method what the diagnostic represent about the medical diagnostic I just told. In case of expert system you can go through in the Google known as a mycin. So mycin is one of the expert system of a medical application which is mainly carry about how the diseases can be identified in the human, difference upon the different kinds of probability level, and taking different kinds of parameters to be analyzation about the diagnosation of the medical, especially to the disease level. So this approach is also called as a data driven, as we reach to the goal using an available data. So the availability of data, or you can take it as an facts. So that is very important. Okay, and you can see the diagrammatical representation which they given over here, which will clearly explain about you. You are having multiple facts, but anyway, this multiple facts is not available at a moment of time. For example, starting with one facts and you are deriving with fact 2. Again, from derived with the fact 2, you are getting two other facts like a fact 3 on and fact 4, and based on that, you are coming to some conclusion. That is why they told about the decision tree, which is able to done with the name of your breadth first search by taking multiple facts to be added, and we are coming to the conclusion. And here also they told about some kind of logical rules to be applied. For example, you want to conclude that if the fact 1 and fact 2 is available, then only I can come to the decision 1. That's what the statement says. And the second way, we will be able to conclude that fact 3 and fact 4, any one of the fact has been true, then we can take the decision tree actually. And finally, we'll come to the point of the corner to be called as an and. By combining all the decisions, we will be able to take the decision 4. So this is where we will approach the forward chaining with the basic level of architecture. So this is the inferences rules, because when you are taking about the forward and backward chaining, definitely you want to follow some kind of logical rules, as we mentioned in the presentation one of, in the part of introduction. So that logical rules, not only the logical rules, you also follow some of the inferences rules. So what is the inferences? I already told. You are observing some facts and you have some reasoning with your hand. You are having some kind of evidence with your hands. Using this evidence, you want to come to conclude. So that's what they given the particular point. In forward chaining, we want to conclude from A, and A implies B to the B, which means that A is one fact, A implies B is another fact. So using these two facts, I'm going to conclude one fact that the B is happened. Okay, so that is what they are coming to say over is an inferences rules to be applied. So here you can see that A is a starting point. So what is that A represent? So A represent it is a one fact, and A implies B. This is a conditional flat, what we told as an implication by taking about if this is happened, then this will be happened by taking a if this condition rules actually. So okay, so in this particular manner, we can take it the statement as an example which is given over here. Tom is running. When the Tom is running over here, when you take it to the system, we know very clearly that the Tom is running will not be directly understandable by the system. In that situation, we know about the topic which what we know about an NLP. So in the NLP, we will take it about the proposition logic statement as well as the predicate logic statements. Using the predicate logic statement as well as the proposition logic statement, you first of all convert the statement to any one of the statement. So Tom is running actually. Okay, so this particular statement will be make it that running is represent about, already I told about the predicate, what is the general meaning for the predicate, which means about what the subject is doing or what the subject is. So here running is a predicate and Tom is an object. Okay, so here I'm just writing a statement, predicate of object, which means that running of Tom. Okay, so this statement will be called it as an A. Second statement is the meaning of the implication symbol. If the person is running, he will sweat. Okay, so therefore I am concluding that the Tom is sweating. Okay, so this is what we call as a forward chaining process. You have some facts, and when you're crossing level of facts by one, you having an expanding of facts will be available. This expanding of facts will be definitely will have an any kind of a logical connectivity between the previous facts. For example, Tom is running. Okay, this is one fact. A person is running. Maybe the statement will be different, but the objective is been telling that first of all we want to understand Tom is a person. So then only I can able to conclude that both the Tom which is running and if a person is running, I can able to match it. So what I want to conclude that the person of X is been running over here. Who is a person of X? Then I want to conclude that Tom is also a person, because when I want to conclude that Tom is also a person, then only I can able to match this particular statement. That's why they very clearly written over here. If a person is running, he will sweat. Okay, but in system side, how the system can able to note that the person and Toms are same, because there should be some kind of a connectivity should be made between the Tom as well as the person, because system cannot able to know who is Tom and who is person. He will think it that the person is another X and Tom is a Y. But anyway, they are as a human, we can able to basically understand that the Tom is one of the person. So what we want to mention in the sense, if it is Tom, then it is a person. So which what mean that person of X, which represent Tom, where X should be transformed with the name of Tom. So when you have this kind of an additional level of facts, if you are added to the system, then when you are putting the statement like whether Tom is running, I am asking a statement like a Google Assistant or an any kind of an voice assistant. I am asking a statement whether Tom is running. So when I'm asking this particular question, what system want to do it? System will check it. If there is any kind of an correlationship between this particular statement as well as the forthcoming statement. What is the forthcoming statement? The forthcoming statement is if the person is running, then he will sweat. Which what the statement mentioned about that A implies B. Okay, if A implies B, therefore I can able to conclude B. Here the statement says about therefore the Tom is sweating. Okay, so now you can able to know that the forward as well as the backward chaining, these two peoples will definitely need the inferences rule, which what we call as a conclusion should be drawn using an observation, or the conclusion should be drawn using an evidence and as well as a reasoning. Okay, so in using this facts and all, there will be definitely there will be some kind of chainings will be made. As in the previous slide, we just know that fact 1 and fact 2 is having an connectivity in the name of an logical, that may be an and or that may be an or. Okay, so Tom is running is one statement. If a person is running, he will sweat, and therefore Tom is sweating. So this is one of the basic level of an example for the forward chaining with the support of the inferences rule, which is very important or which is very essentially needed to do or conclude the statement of a forward chaining. So we take some kind of an example in what way I can able to know about the forward chaining is essentially used. For example, I'm just given one statement. What is a statement? As per the law, it is a crime for an American to sell weapons to hostile nations. Country A, an enemy of an America, has some missiles, and all the missiles were sold to by Robert, and who is an American citizen. So what I want to prove it in the sense, I want to prove the statement that Robert is a criminal. See, when you are reading the statement as a human, we can able to understand that definitely the Robert is a criminal because he is doing some kind of crime related activity by selling the weapons to the neighbor countries, which is not the having a proper bonding with one to another country. That's why they make it as an hostile nations. Okay, and they are what kind of weapons they have been selling? It's selling about missiles. So if it is weapon, it is missiles. That's what we can able to understand. Like whatever we have mentioned, Tom is running. Tom is running as well as if a person is running. So person is going to represent the Tom actually. The same way here, weapons is been representing about the missiles. Okay, and second one is what is the direct statement available? The direct statement represent about Robert is a direct statement because Robert is the final, because we want to conclude the statement Robert is criminal. So how, when you are giving this paragraph to the system, how the system can able to understand this paragraph? So this what I just called as a basic level of work will be called as an NLP. So in NLP, what we will do it in the sense, we will take a statements, and we will take it as a piece of statements of each and every one, and we will able to conclude with some kind of activity, something like we will take it some kind of a individual statement that it is a crime for an America to sell weapons to hostile nations. So that is statement number 1. So country A, which is an enemy of an America, that is statement number 2. So America has some missiles, and all the missiles were sold to an Robert, where Robert is an American citizen. So like that, we want to able to make some kind of an, from the given paragraph, we want to conclude the statements, or we want to division the statements. Thereby you can able to develop, or thereby we can able to construct the two kinds of logical statement that what we know about the proposition logic statement as well as in predicate logic statements. So depends upon the quantifiers and depends upon the logical connectivities we will apply. Then we can able to know about in what way the forward chaining can able to done it. So the statement is given. We want to segregate the statements. After segregate the statements, we want to conclude whether you are going to apply the proposition logic statement or the predicate logic statement. Once you conclude over the proposition logic statement as well as the predicate logic statement, then you convert the statement. After converting the statement, then apply the facts. What is the facts? What are the facts you known initially? What are the facts you known one by one? Because as per when I read the first line only, I can able to know that it is a crime for an America to sell weapons to an hostile nations. That is the one thing I can able to know that. Okay, but after reading the lines one by one, then I can able to conclude that there is some person is available whose name is actually a Robert, who is been selling the weapons with the name of missiles which is definitely it is a criminal. So the proofs says that the Robert is a criminal. So that is my final conclusion. And what are all the facts I know? That I know the fact that doing or selling of weapons is one of the crime, and the enemy of an America is having some kind of missile. So I have different kinds of facts that I want to conclude. And after concluding the facts, I want to make a connectivity between the facts. Because once I make a connectivity between the facts only, I can able to come to the conclusion that Robert is a criminal. So this connectivities will be made by the proposition logic statement as well as the first order logic statements. So that's what the line is given over it. So to solve the above problem, first we want to convert all the facts into the first order logics, and then we will use the forward chaining algorithm to reach the goal. So at present, specifically, our goal is actually Robert is a criminal. That is our specific goal. Okay. So first, what we want to do it in the sense we will take as a statement by statement. Then we will convert that to an first order logic statement. Okay, then we will come apply it to the forward chaining algorithm with the name of your downtown approach, or whether the searching method we are using is a breadth first search. So that kind of things and all will be happen when you are coming to the forward chaining algorithm. So our first level of work in the sense we want to take a statement and convert it to the first order logic statement. So let me do this particular one. What is the first statement? The first statement I'm just writing, it is a crime for an American to sell weapon to an hostile nation. Okay, see, as the first thing we are having the point known as per the law. Okay, anyway, if you want, we can add that particular line, but specifically I need a line which is having some meaningful line to be added over here. As per the law, in the sense I can, that may be a law, maybe in anyone, but regarding this particular statement, I want to mention about the Robert is a criminal. So I'm just taking the statement related to that particular one. So the first statement is, it is a crime for an America to sell weapons to an hostile nation. So this is a statement number one. So you can see the statement number one. It is a crime for an America to sell weapons to an hostile nation. So in this situation, when you are taking this kind of statement, definitely you want to concentrate on variables. As already we know that we need specifically concentrate on substitution of variables. Because why we want a substitution for variables in the sense, because there may be any number of persons that can be applied to the weapons. Weapons is a Q is one weapon. In the Q weapons, I can able to make it that may be a missile, that may be a gun, or any other missiles. I can able to substitute it with the name of weapons over there. So that is why we specifically apply some of the variables over there. Once you identify the correct statement as a replacement statement for the variable, you can able to apply. For example, American of P. Who is that P? I don't know who is a P. Because regarding this particular statement, I don't know who is a P. But definitely when I go to the next statement, what is the next statement? Yeah, the last statement which represent about all the missiles were sold by the Robert, who is an American citizen. So I can able to know that the P should be substituted by the name of Robert. So, but that should know only when I come to the third statement. That's why I just told with the facts one, we cannot able to come to the decision. But when I deriving fact one, fact two, fact three is all the derivations, and there is some kind of connectivity definitely will be made it. After connectivity made it, definitely we can able to come to the conclusion that the conclusion whether it is been done is right or wrong. So this is a statement. It is a crime for an American to sell weapons to an hostile nation. So what you are coming to conclude over in the sense, I want to conclude that it is a crime or it is a criminal. That I want to conclude. Okay, so that is the imply. So in which way I can able to conclude that? So you can also take this statement in reverse process. Americans who are selling a weapons and hostile nation, they are all criminals. So you can also understand this statement like whatever I've been pronouncing now. Americans who are selling weapons to an hostile nation, they are considered as criminal. Okay, so I'm writing a statement, American of P and weapon of P, and who sells is been done here. You can able to see that the cells is being made by P, Q, and as well as an OR. So P represent about an American, and Q represent about the weapons, and R represent the neighbor nation that you have been selling. Okay, so that is what the statement mentioned about cells of P, Q, R, where P represent American and Q represent the weapon and R represent the hostile nations. Okay, so here I want to conclude the statement. So if this all the statements are identified to be in the and statement, because definitely if it is an American, then I can't able to conclude a criminal. That is what why they apply the conjunction. That you should understand, students. You should understand that statement very clearly. Why the conjunction should be made over here. If I'm writing a statement something like American of P, which implies criminal of P, that is not exactly right. That is not also to be the right one, because overall Americans of P, which is a criminal, that statement is exactly not right actually. So we want to have some other statement, which means that who is an American and who is selling weapons, and who is selling weapons to the neighbor, that is an hostile nations, they are also to be called as a criminals. Okay, so that is why they are applied over the conjunction symbol over here, that is American of P and weapons of Q, and sellings of P, Q and R, which represent American represent about the P, and Q represent about the weapon, and R represent about the hostile, which implies that it is a criminal of P. What is the next statement? Next statement is country A has some missiles. So that is what the statement they given over it. Country A has some missiles, an enemy of America. So that is the next statement. We will write it separately over there. Okay. So country A has some missiles. So this is a statement what we making over here. Owns. So here some kind of new terms will be added over here that you should understand that you can add it as a owns, or who is owning a missiles, and who is represent to a country A. That's what they mention about the mention country A about has some missiles actually. So here I'm been writing a statement owns of A comma P and missiles of P. That is a statement you can able to write it. Or you can also write a statement something like in different classes like owns of A comma T1. So here the T1 represent that may be an missiles, that may be an any other missiles categorization you can able to do it. So that's why I just told variable can able to make it n number of variables you can able to apply. The third statement, all of the missiles are sold to the country A by Robert. So when I take it this particular statement, in what way I just want to make it all of the missiles were sold to the country A by Robert. So here all the when I'm making the statement all of the missiles, definitely you need to understand for all X, or the quantifier should be added. But anyway, I will tell you one basic rule here in the sense, even though if you are adding quantifiers to the forward and backward chaining, when I've been taking the statements, I want to take only the facts. So when I'm taking the facts, I will not care about the quantifiers over here. Make it this statement very clear in your mind. That is why I am not mentioned about for all P or for all X or for all A to be available here, because the statement says all. When the all statement is available, definitely you want to mention the quantifiers. But the rule number one says that when you are constructing the forward chaining, please omit the quantifier as well as the the quantifier which will taken in the two way, that is an universal quantifier as well as your extensional quantifier. You don't want to consider that particular one. Okay, because once you consider, then you cannot able to come to the conclusion as a facts. That is why they are not considering that particular one. Okay, so that's why I've been writing over it missiles of P and owns of A comma P, which means that, or which implies that sells of Robert comma P comma A, where Robert sells the missiles to the country A. That's what they are going to represent over on this particular situation. And other things and all normal. Other things and all normal in the sense, other things and all to be a normal statement I can able to written. Missiles are weapons. Because why am we writing as the missiles or weapons in the sense, when you take it this particular statement, first I've been represented as a weapons and I've been categorizing as a missile. So the system should not understand in the different matter that missiles is different from weapons. So what I'm going to conclude in the sense, missiles are weapons. So I'm just writing a statement missiles of P, which implies weapons of P. I'm just writing a statement missiles of P, which implies weapons of P. Okay. So enemy of an American is known as an hostile. So that is a statement that you can able to take it this particular way. The enemy of an American is an hostile. That is what the statement we can able to conclude this statement from this one. So the enemy of an American is known as an hostile. Because wow, this statement is know that when after I am reading the statement to the next level of work only, I can able to do it. So I can able to write this statement, enemy of P comma America, okay, which implies that hostile of P. Okay, so enemy of P comma America, which implies that hostile of P. So I can able to take this particular statement like this. And the next statement, country A is an enemy of an America. Who is that country A? That I don't know who is the country A, because I just mentioned about hostile nation, but specifically I am not mentioned who is that particular nation. Okay, so country A is an enemy of an America. Okay, so enemy of an America is known as an hostile. So that is a nation represent. So country A is an enemy of an America. So that particular statement I will write it as an enemy of A comma America. And the last statement what we are having in the statement is in who sold it is in Robert, who is an American citizen. So I'm just making the statement Robert is an American citizen, or Robert is an American. So I can able to conclude that particular statement. So if I want to conclude that particular statement, I can able to write it a statement known as an American represent about the predicate and Robert represent about the object, which what I can able to write it as an American of Robert. Okay, so now the first level of work I done it, which means that I convert all the given statements to an first order logic statement. After first order logic statement, before going to the forward chaining, very specifically you want to do rule number 1, that you don't want to care about your quantifiers, that is an universal or an extensional quantifiers, number 1. Number 2, in the sense, if any kinds of a statement that is having an connectivity, okay, you cannot able to take the statements as a facts, because facts says that you want to have an individual statements, or there will be a connectivity statements. Okay, which means that when I told about the starting of the presentation, when I told about the general structure of the forward chaining, you can see that fact 1 and fact 2 will be and, fact 3 or fact 4 will go for an or. When I go for this kind of representation, I can able to conclude the statement, the decision which what you are going to take over here. So here the statement says about here in the sense, whenever you are taking the statements as at the initial stage, the statement should not have any kind of an logical connectivities, because you want to take the individual statement. If the individual statement is going to be compensated, or if individual statement is going to have any kind of a logical connectivity in the step 1 or step 2, that particular moment of time you can take the logical connectivity. But at initial stage, you want to take a statements where the statements will not have any kind of a logical connectivity, that may be an and or an or, which what we called as in the a proposition logic statement to be the statement called as a conjunction as well as a distinction. So when I take it all the statements which is not having any kind of a representation, which means that any which is not having any kind of an backup, that the statement will be made in the sense I can take some statements. So here you can able to see take the statement. For example, I'm starting with statement number 1. So what is the statement number 1? I can able to write it. I can able to write the statement. What is the statement? I can able to write it American of Robert. This is in statement number 1. I can able to write it because this statement is not having any connectivities. So I'm writing that particular statement as a separate statement as an initial stage. The next statement we are having is known as an enemy of A, America. That statement I've been writing as a separate statement. And the next statement I can able to write it as a next statement known as an owns of A, T1 and missiles of T1. So these 2 statements I can, so totally the 4 statements which is not having any kind of an connectivities, that statements I should initially write it. That's what they written over here. You can see that started with the known facts and we'll choose a sentence which do not have any implication. See, the statements are very clear. Okay, so when you are writing the facts should not have any implication, because implication says that because of this is happened. So that will be done when in the sense when you are taking more number of facts, then only we can able to make it that because of fact 1 and fact 1 and fact 2, you are going to conclude that the fact 3 is happened. Because of this is happened. That is a conditional representation, if then conditional rules. So here, that's what they specifically given over here. This is for the starting one. That's what we call as an initial state or initial stage. But when you are further moving to the particular facts, definitely we need some kind of logical connectivity which can able to mediate between the different kinds of facts. So at the starting level, you want to know about what is the known facts which is not having any implication, number 1. Number 2, specifically I will tell you that you should not have any kind of a conjunction symbol. Okay, because when you have a conjunction symbol, then you want to conclude. When you want to conclude, then you want to know the facts. So that is why specifically they taken about which are all the facts which is not that facts you are taking. So what are the facts which is not having any kind of an implication or a logical connectivity? Number 1, American of Robert. That is number 1 fact. Number 2 fact is enemy of A, America. Okay, and as well as owns of A, T1 and missiles of T1. So all these 4 kinds of facts. Okay, all these 4 facts, it is not having any direct relationship with the name of implication. So I'm just writing this statement as a common statement. Okay, so this is step 1. So what is step 2 is been done it. So step 2, what we done it in the sense, after writing all the statements, we just now go for the connectivity. What kind of statements we can able to do it for this? Okay, so the first statement, whatever we written over here, this is what we call as a rule 1. Okay, so rule 1 does not satisfy any premises, so we want added some kind of iteration. So this iterations, what we will call it as an searching method in the name of known as a breadth first search. So we want to go to the next level. So when you go to the next level, so that particular moment of time, rule 2 and rule 3 is already added. Rule 2 and rule 3 is the statements what we already have in over here in the sense. Okay, so then what we want to do it, then we want to have some kind of connectivity. So you can see the connectivity. See what is the connectivity? Enemy of A, America is already available. But what is the enemy of A, America? This is a statement, enemy of A, America. So this enemy of A, America, now when I go to the next level, I can able to obtain the statement as an hostile of P. So this statement is available. Because of this statement, when I go to the next iteration, okay, then I can able to identify that this particular statement which is having an implication. So because of this statement is happened. So I can able to join this statement. That is what is happened over here. That is enemy of A comma America statement. The same way of T1 can also be called as weapons of T1. So what is that missiles of T1? Let me see this particular statement. You can see that missiles are weapons, which what called then missiles of P, which is being represented as weapons of P. See, statements are very clear that, but one thing you should understand that the variables, sir, you given over the P over there, but here the T1 is being substituted. See, make it very clear. Variables are n number of variables. For example, I just want to make it the statement that all the students are good students. But specifically, when I want to mention each and every, when I mention that all the students are good students, when I specifically writing each and every student, that statement should be true, which means that Kumar is a good student, Anbaragan is a good student, Karthikeyan is a good student. So when this different kinds of variables is being posted over here, my nature is not being changed. So here also, when the variables P or when the variable T1, when the variable X, whatever it may be, okay, the variables are different, depends upon the values will be posted will be different. Now you can understand that missiles of T1. Okay, so you can see that in what way they are satisfying. The P should be substituted with the name of T1, because in every stages we want to differentiate it in what way the variables are being substituted. So just been substituting the variables, the T1 substitution of variables which has been added over here. Okay, and now you can see that missiles of T1 will be called as weapons of T1. And the next one, to be very clear, cells of Robert of T1 comma A. So how this is being made it. So here you can able to see the statement. Here you can able to see the statement. I want to conclude the statement on as a criminal. When I want a statement to be concluded as a criminal, because already we have that statement. When I want to conclude that statement criminal, that particular moment of time, we have some other statements to be added. So what is the some other statement to be added? Until now, there is a connectivity between the statement will be added. What is the connectivity between the statement? I have the statement weapons of P. That is the statement is already available. You can see the weapons of T is already available. And additional with this, cells of T1 comma A. So cells of T1 comma A. What is cells of T1 comma A? That is being applied over here. So here the cells of T1 comma A will be available here. Yes. Cells of T1 comma A comma R, that is cells of P comma Q comma R. So this statement, and already with this statement is available. That is an hostile of nation. So all the statements are combined, okay, to conclude the statement to be the next level. So that's what it happens over here, because until I go to the statement, I can able to know weapons of T1 as well as the cells of Robert of T1 comma A and missiles of T1 is being concluded. So this is the symbol. You can see that this is a symbol of an and. You can see there is an one semi arc is being available over here. This is a representation of an arc which is made over here. This is a representation of an and symbol, which means that missiles of T1 and ones of T1. This is being taken with the name of your cells of Robert comma T1 comma A. So that's what the representation is being made over here. Now go to the next representation. When you go to the next representation, that is when you go to the next station, the step 3, because of the criminal Robert. So because of the criminal Robert, because already we written that statement. What is it? Because so the criminal of P, because of criminal of P, the P is going to be substituted by Robert. So here already we identify these statements, and after this statement we have a connectivity should be made at all the statement. Then we can compute that the statement known as a criminal of Robert. That's what it is happen over here. You can see that American of Robert, because they are substituting with the name of Robert is being substituted. We can see that there is a difference available at the initial stage. At the initial stage, we can see that the statement is available over here with the single statements. And finally, we just take it cells of Robert comma T1, because the statement is been very clear, because I'm just writing an American of Robert. But when I writing the statements, you can see that cells of P comma Q comma R. But I'm not writing cells of P comma Q comma R, because already there is a single statement that is an American of Robert, which represent about P represent. So I'm not given P. Instead of P, I'm just directly substituting with the name of known as Robert. So that's what it is happen over here. And after that, what I've been doing over in the sense, I'm just adding American of Robert, that is one statement. Weapons of T1, that is a statement number 2. Cells of Robert comma T1 comma A, that is statement number 3. And hostile of A, that is a representation of the statement. I'm just taking all the statement to be as an and, because the statement of first order law, this statement is being done like this. First order law just statement, we mean the conjunction of symbol American of A, conjunction symbol, followed by weapons of Q, congestion symbol, cells of P, Q, R, congestion symbol, hostile of R, which implies criminal of P. So my objective, that is the system objective, to prove that that Robert is actually the criminal. So now you can able to see that using the this approach, I can able to conclude all the statements, and finally I've been merging by taking different kinds of facts. So initially what happens, initially you know the level of one is the facts which is available at the bottom. This is the level one facts, and this is the level two facts, and the level three facts. So level three facts is concluding my statement. That is why I stopped at my work. So you can see that we can check the rule number one is being satisfied by substituting with the name of P1, that is a Robert, and Q should be substituted with the T1, and R should be substituted with the A. So we can add the statement known as a criminal of Robert, which infers already told what is infers. Infers represent about the observation or the evidence that you are having through the facts. So which infers all the available facts, and hence we reached our goal statement that we can able to prove that Robert is a criminal using the forward chaining approach. Okay, so even this particular approach can able to done using the backward chaining approach, that we will do it in the later work. But now you can understand very clearly what initially we done it over it. If you want, I will go for one glance over the topic. Initially we take a set of sentences and we have some kind of proof. First method is you want to take it all the statement to an first order logic statements if it is available, followed by we want to write the statements which are all not having any kind of an implication, that you want to write it separately. After writing the statements which is not having any implication, then you want to go for a joining. Once if you are go for a joining, very specifically you should be clear that once if you are going for joining, you want to be clear that if there is any kind of an congestion symbol is been available, once the congestion symbol is been available, that particular moment of time, you can able to clearly mention about what are all the different kinds of activities that we can able to do it. So you can able to also do that particular activity. Here we have an American of Robert and enemy of A, America, and followed by owns of A, T1 and missiles of T1. So you can see that the statement which is not having any kind of a direct connectivities. So that kind of statements and all, we can able to do it very clearly over here. So you can see that very specific statements which where we can clearly obtained over here. Okay, and yeah. So this is a way where we can able to understand about how the forward chaining is able to done it. Let I take some kind of simple statement because you want to know very clearly what is a facts. Let I take this example. So in knowledge base, that is represent about the inferencer rules, we have an initial state. One is the initial state. In initial state, we have the fact one, which what we call as an F1. In F1, they are mentioning about that the lathe is a mission tool. So this is the only known fact to be applied for me, or this is the only fact which is known for me. Okay, so from the facts, we have some different kinds of rules is given. What is the rules? If X is power driven, then X requires a power source. If X is a mission tool, then X has a tool holder. If X is a mission tool, then X is a power driven. So there are different kinds of rules and regulations is being formed with the facts. So knowledge base as well as the forward chaining and backward chaining is not only the part of facts, but when you are taking the facts, not only the facts is going to decide the final proof, we need to have very specifically, you want to construct the rules, because based upon the rules only we are deriving from level 1 to level 2, or we go for a different iterations. Okay, so here one thing to be made in the sense F1 and R2 matches, or F1 and R3 will be matches. Because why in the sense F1 and R2 matches? Because what is F1 and R2? In the F1 is a lathe is a mission tool. What is the rule is given if X is a mission tool? So that the name mission tool is been matching with the facts as well as the rule. What is the next one? F1 and R3 is matches. Yes, because F1 is the statement a lathe is a mission tool. What is R3? The rule number 3. If X is a mission tool, then X is a power driven. So from this you can able to derive that, you can able to know some kind of facts. So when the rules and facts are matching, then it is possible to derive a new kinds of facts. That is what happened in the second level, which what we call as an intermediate stage. In intermediate state, we have the facts known as the fact number 1, a lathe is a mission tool. That is what already known in the initial stage. Okay, by adding the next fact, what is the next fact? Because what is the next fact we added? The next fact we added in the sense F1 and R2. When I added F1 and R2, I can able to know that F is a mission tool because lathe is a mission tool. Thereby, I can able to conclude a new fact that lathe is also having a tool holder. So you can see that in intermediate state in the second level, we contained two kinds of facts. Facts number one, which is derived from the initial state, a lathe is a mission's tool. In intermediate state, using the rule matching, I identify the fact number two, which what we called as a lathe as a tool holder. Again, I'm just following to write the rule number 1, 2, and 3. So what is the next stage? Next stage, because we just identify fact 1 is been matching with rule number 2 as well as the rule number 3. So rule number 2 I identified. Because of rule number 2, I identify the new facts F2, which what we called as a lathe as a tool holder. Now go to the next one, which what we called as a rule number 3. When I go for rule number 3, I can able to obtain another one known that what is rule number 3? If X is a mission tool, then X is a power driven. Okay, so I can able to write that particular statement. So F1, F2, F3, the facts, 3 facts is been available. So when this 3 facts is been added, it is possible to derive the new facts. Make it my statement very clear, student. This is what known as an inferences. What is inferences? I already told. Observing, or you are come to an conclusion, or you are getting some kind of evidence. What is the evidence you are getting over here? When the fact 3 is being added over here, you are getting some kind of new evidence. What is the new evidence? The new evidence is the rule number 1, which represents that X requires a power resource. You can see that because of fact 3 is being derived in the intermediate state, okay, you can able to conclude that the fact 3 and rule 1 is matching, so that you are able to take the 4 kinds of facts. What is the 4 kind of fact? A lathe is a mission tool, a lathe as a tool holder, a lathe is a power driven, a lathe requires a power sources. So this is what the derivation of example, that you know that from one fact you are doing to the 2 facts, from the 2 facts you are deriving to the multiple facts. So this kind of informations are consecutively to be derived to come to the conclusion that the lathe is a mission tool, tool holder, power driven, it requires the power resources or the power sources. Okay. So this is another example, a simple example I can given for you related to the forward chaining. Okay. And before going to the backward chaining, let me understand about the differentiation between these two people, because now you are very clear about that how the forward chaining is being done, what is the rules and regulations that you want to follow for the forward chaining, where the forward chaining is being applied in the real-time applications by taking some kind of an application with the name of export system. I told about in diagnosing there isn't some kind of a diagnosing software is available, MyZine, which has been related to an disease analyzation software. Okay, so when you take about forward and backward chaining, it's specifically mentioned about the forward chaining is a bottom-up approach, and definitely the reciprocal will be in backward, which what we call as a top-down approach. Okay, and followed by where forward chaining is known as a data-driven inference rule, which means that from the multiple facts you are reaching the goal. But in case of backward chaining, from the goal you are reaching the multiple facts. There is a goal is given. You want to conclude whether the goal is right. How can you able to conclude the goal is right? Then you want to go from the goal, you are taking to the different facts. That is why they called as an top-down approaches. Okay, so forward chaining will have an very specifically we know that the forward chaining will have an breadth first search. Okay, and backward chaining is having a searching strategy, what we called as an informed and as well as an uninformed search technology. Techniques to be made at. So that particular moment of time we can call it as a depth first search. So forward chaining is being applied with the name of searching algorithm known as a breadth first search, and backward chaining is being applied with the name of depth first search. And other general things are common to be it operates in the forward direction or it operates in the backward directions. But now make it very clear that from the known facts, if you are traveling towards a goal, that to be called as a forward chaining, and you are in the goal and you are known, you are want to conclude whether the goal is been right, then you are traveling from the goal towards different kinds of sub goals, and you are extracting the facts and come to the conclusion. Then this kind of process will be called as an backward as well as the forward chaining. This backward and forward chaining, very simple thing I will tell you. For example, if you are going for any kind of a Google assistance like WAS assistant you are taking, that particular moment of time when you are taking some kind of question to the system, the system we need some kind of facts to conclude what the question you are asking, in what way I can give an answer. So the forward chaining is one of the background in all kind of an applications. That is why they called as a knowledge base. Okay, so here you can able to understand what is forward chaining, and in future classes we will see about what is backward chaining. The same example, whatever the example I taken over here, the same example I derived using the backward chaining, and I will derive you. Okay, so for further information, so for further videos, you can go through arunai.org/STEM. Thank you, students. If you have any query, you can contact me and you can put it in the chat, or you can come to my WhatsApp number if you have any kind of an personal doubts related to the forward chaining, and I will give some kind of an additional works to you, so that additional exercise to you, so that you can able to know very clearly how we can able to done the forward as well as the backward chaining. Thank you, students. Let me see for the next session in the name of a backward chaining. Thank you.